New York's Attorney General Andrew Cuomo today revealed the results of the subpoena that his office served on the fallen former financial colossus that everyone loves to hate, AIG. AIG, the American International Group, formerly the largest insurance company in the world, now the world's largest repository of American taxpayer and politician outrage. What we knew before today was that AIG gave out $160 million of their bailout money in the form of bonuses, mostly to employees who worked in the division of the company that ultimately caused the firm to melt down. The firm has been defending the bonuses, saying their hands were tied by contracts with these employees. And besides, they really need to pay bonuses so they can keep employing the best and the brightest. Today we learned from Mr. Cuomo that the biggest AIG bonus earner got $6.4 million. One person, one check from that firm, yes. The top 7 bonus earners all got more than $4 million apiece. The top 10 got a combined $42 million. 22 bonus earners at AIG got at least $2 million each. 73 people at AIG got more than $1 million. Remember that AIG said these were so-called retention bonuses to hold on to these valuable employees who melted down their company. These were the best and the brightest the CEO simply had to retain in order to turn AIG around. The awkward detail of the day, 11 of the people who got more than $1 million of your money as a retention bonus payment from AIG don't work there anymore. Retention bonus? Yeah, one guy took $4.6 million bailout dollars as a retention bonus. Then he left the company anyway. Did I mention that 79.9% of what he got paid was your money? Yeah. So, what now? Obviously, the next thing to do is to get the money back. How? There are literally dozens of suggestions. Pencils ready? Attorney General Andrew Cuomo is already probing AIG for possible fraud. That would be a criminal offense. That's one way to do it. The Treasury Department may use the latest AIG bailout fund, $30 billion, as leverage against the bonuses. Late tonight, Secretary Geithner revealed that he is working with the Justice Department to try to recoup the money, the bonus money. Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi is directing 3 House committees to come up with legislation to figure out how to recoup the money. Maybe tapping the Attorney General of the United States to recover it, maybe just banning retention bonuses from bailed out companies, maybe using taxation legislation to try to get the money back through the IRS. That idea is proving to be very popular in Congress. Representative Gary Peters of Michigan wants a 60% surtax on bonuses over 10 grand at any company where the U.S. government has a 79% or higher stake. There aren't that many of those companies. Representative Karen Maloney of New York wants a 100% surtax on non-commission payouts in the government's majority share companies. Representative Steve Israel of New York and Tim Ryan of Ohio introduced a bailout bonus tax bracket act that would 100% tax bonuses exceeding 100 grand. Now, over in the Senate, Democratic Majority Leader Harry Reid is asking AIG to renegotiate the bonuses, or else his fellow Democrats are singing from the same hymnal.
We will take this money back by taxing virtually all of it. So let the recipients of these large and unseemly bonuses be warned. If you don't return it on your own, we'll do it for you.
Recipients of these bonuses will not be able to keep all their money, and that's an understatement.
And so the basic question is, what's the highest tax that we could impose on those bonuses that is sustainable in court?
Those are all Democratic senators. On the Republican side, the suggestion that's getting the most attention is that of Senator Charles Grassley of Iowa. We will let his suggestion speak for itself.
The first thing that would make me feel a little bit better towards them if they'd follow the Japanese example and come before the American people and take that deep bow and say, I'm sorry. And then either do one of two things, resign or go commit suicide.
God, maybe not that. But as the Congress and outraged citizens are essentially standing on the sidewalk yelling, "Stop thief!" at AIG, the question is, do we have faith that they will be stopped and that we're going to get that money back? Joining us now is Democratic Senator Ron Wyden of Oregon, who's a member of the Senate Finance Committee. Senator Wyden, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Rachel.
Back in early February, you and Senator Snowe added an amendment to the stimulus bill that I think would have prevented AIG from giving out these millions of dollars worth of bonuses. That amendment was taken out of the bill. Am I right that your amendment would have stopped what we are experiencing right now?
You are right, and that's what's so sad about this situation. It simply didn't need to happen. What happened in Rachel, was we got it through the United States Senate, and then, like with so many issues, all the lobbyists came out in droves, and somehow, magically, the amendment disappeared. Seems to me now we've got an opportunity to get this job done right, but it didn't have to happen.
I wonder if it is frustrating for you now to hear outrage expressed by people like Senator Shelby, Senator McConnell, about these ridiculous payments. And they have really united the country in being mad about these bonuses. But those Republican senators were the people who sort of led the charge against blocking compensation limits tied to bailout money.
There was bipartisan support for it, but the fact is Wall Street had a lot of friends on this. I was listening to your argument about all these intelligent people would leave Wall Street if they didn't get these excessive bonuses. Frankly, it seems to me AIG and the country would be better off without some of these masters of the universe running AIG and the economy into the ground.
In terms of how to get this money back, how to respond to this, it's not even a proposal by AIG. They've already done it. They've already paid out the money. Just a little while ago, the Treasury Secretary, Tim Geithner, sent a letter to Speaker Nancy Pelosi saying that Congress could create some kind of resolution authority. I guess that it would be similar to what the FDIC does when a bank goes under. They would create some sort of resolution authority to help a company go under, help the company sort of wind down. What do you think of that suggestion?
I'll look at that approach, but I think what I was able to get through the United States Senate with the help of Republican Olympia Snowe is a faster way to do it. We've also got a legal opinion saying that you can do it quickly. We know that's going to work. The company will have a choice, either pay the bonus back or face a stiff tax, and it'll also be a strong disincentive to doing this again. You know, people are talking about renegotiating some of the terms. I think we ought to renegotiate some of these contracts with the executives and whether they ought to have jobs at all.
Late this evening, Senator Grassley from Iowa and Senator Baucus came up with a new proposal as well, one that does not involve harakiri. The new proposal would tax a company 35% and an individual 35% for a retention bonus. Does that sort of approach seem to be, you're on the Finance Committee, would that be enough to get your vote on the Finance Committee?
I've worked very closely with the chairman and Senator Grassley on it. In effect, what they're talking about mirrors what we've already done. That's why we know it's going to work. I'm sure the Wall Street lobbyists are going to come out again, but what we saw last time, Rachel, is nobody would oppose what Senator Snowe and I were doing in broad daylight. They know it doesn't pass the smell test to defend these bonuses, and I think finally we'll get it done. The tragedy is it should have been done a month ago when we had bipartisan legislation that got through the Senate and then somehow mysteriously disappeared.
Do you think that hypocrisy should be called on people who are outraged about the executive, about these executive payments when people have not supported legislative efforts to keep them from happening? Do you think that these people ought to sort of get nailed for their hypocrisy here?
Rachel, don't get logical. This is Washington, D.C. It just seems to me we ought to have some accountability. This should have been done. When something gets through the United States Senate, it doesn't happen by osmosis. It got done because Senator Snowe and I spent a lot of time. We got a legal opinion. We knew Wall Street was going to come out and fight this aggressively. Now I think we'll finally get it done, but unfortunately it's a little late.
Senator Ron Wyden, thank you so much for your time tonight. It's nice to have you on the show.
Thank you.